speaking of bottle episode, fucking Dan Harmon got fired. That pisses me off.
Yeah, for Community, he got fired. Like, what was that? That was like 3 weeks ago.
Because it's like his shows are basically too edgy for the studio, and they want to make it like another Big Bang Theory, like, you know, with the relationships and all that shit. And his stuff was too like off kilter, so they basically fired him because of all the arguments he got into.
They're just gonna kill off the show quicker than that.
Like, yeah, for example, like the Dungeons and Dragons episode, he had to fight to get that on air, and it became
the best episode they had.
That was the episode that turned me onto the series.
That was the best episode they had,
because I've actually played that shit, and it was the funniest thing I've fucking seen. And I started watching the series because of it, and a lot of people have. Mm-hmm. And he had to fight for it because, you know, the studio execs, you know, it's not marketable, and they want to, and like they're basically competing with Big Bang Theory. So for the next season, they're competing with something like 8:30 like Friday time slot, which basically means it's going to be their last season.
Yeah, pretty much. You put a show on Friday, you want it to be done.
That was Firefly's fate, and so we all know where it's going, which pains me because Community was like the shining beacon of hope.
Yeah,
Community is like for like people our age. It's like we see them going through colleges.
Great acting.
This happens to us too.
Great acting. This day and age, how many shows on television have great acting, great story, and is relatable?
Yeah, but not even that. Like, how many?
Not many.
How many shows will have like that much laughter and character development in the same episode?
Like, you gotta understand. Like, you're looking at a show where you have 7 key characters. Actually, 7 to 9, because you have the Dean and you have Chang as well. Yeah. Like, you have so many different personalities in there, but it's so relatable. And on top of that, the acting from each of these characters is so amazing.
Everybody knows Troy and Abed. Everybody knows it.
Yeah,
you know.
and then you have writers who write a story that is so fluent, so well thought out. It processes well, and when you're watching it, you don't feel like anything's forced. Like, it's just a natural comedy.
It's like
that's what Community is.
Even their side actors too, the ones who showed up like in 1 or 2 episodes per season.
Yeah. Starburns.
Yeah, Starburns is hilarious.
He's still alive.
Like, anybody who's gone to college knows a guy like Starburns.
Yes, everyone knows a guy like Starburns.
That can't be your thing. You want a weasel.
To this day, though, my favorite character on that show is Leonard. He is the best.
Leonard likes this post.
Leonard comes in. All of his things are short and sweet, but they are amazing.
Have you seen that YouTube montage?
Yeah.
It fucking killed me.
I posted it on...
Shut up, Leonard. You make, like... It's like, why do you make reviews of potato chips? Because you're talking about it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. When he wants him for cashier, and he's just like taking all the cookies. He's like, "Hey, you gotta pay for that." He's like, "Call the cops," and just walks away. Like, what the fuck?
My favorite character though is the Dean. I find the Dean hilarious.
The Dean
is great.
The Heart of Darkness episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
it's so good. It's like back, like for Apocalypse Now and like seeing Heart of Darkness and all that shit. Just like it killed me. Man.
It's funny that like every time you see him walk into the study room, he always puts his hand on Jeff, and Jeff always like looks at him like every single time.
Oh no, I gotta break more bad news to the study group. Put a costume.
Yeah, put a costume.
Oh man.
The Dean loves Jeff though. Like the episode where Jeff's ego was being overblown because of pills. And once he turns, he sees him. He's like, "Oh my god, you're so amazing!" And he's like, "Look at the shadow. Even the shadow's great."
Or where he blackmailed
You'll notice
Jeff.
that my swag has a new swagger.
Or where he blackmailed Jeff to go out on like. He didn't want to help Annie move. Jeff, so he after they started singing that Seal song.
That
shit was the most hilarious thing I
gets him drunk and he gets into it. Yeah.
And he really fucking records it.
That was the most hilarious thing
I've
ever
seen. That was so good.
You're gold blooming. I don't even know what that means.
Oh man,
I gotta marathon that show now.
There's never a bad time to marathon Community.
That was probably the best episode, the best show on television by far.
Yeah. Like it
makes you think, and like not think like
in an age where there's too many reality TV shows and not enough shows that are written that last. Besides, like the Grey's Anatomies and CSIs of the world, this is a show that's just truly well written. Like it's in the same cask as How I Met Your Mother. You know, like where it's just. Everything about it works so well.
And like I hate to say this word because I fucking hate it, but the reason it works so well is because the show is so meta. Like they know what they're doing, they know what arcs they're going through, and they make fun of that. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so great. Like Abed is basically the voice of the audience.
Yeah.
And he was just like, like bottle episode. It's a bottle episode. And it literally was a bottle episode. It's like you save all this cost on production by just doing one set and just having an entire episode revolving around one set. And he calls it out, and it's fucking hysterical.
You gotta love all, man.
Yeah.
Especially when he does his Mad Men.
Pulls out the cigarette.
Do John have? He's like, cigarette? It's like he does it so perfect.
Every time he tries to like swoon Annie, he can so easily.
And
he just doesn't give a shit.
Annie just like goes into like the hypnotized kind of look, like her eyes get all soft.
Same thing with Britta, he just doesn't give a shit. So he's like, I like you for your faceless image. Should we make it again? It's like, not yet.
It's funny though, because like everyone, like you said, you can relate to it. Like everyone in the study room, we know someone like that.
Yeah,
that's
know so someone like that.
There's always like the Jeff who's like a dipshit, but he's like the national leader.
Yeah,
and he's like, shut up, Jeff is gonna heal us.
And he
inspirational speeches. Yeah,
I don't know if I've seen a lot of people like Pierce and stuff like that who just
they're just so. It's not even the saying like they're big or ignorant.
They're set in their ways.
They're so out of touch with how times have changed that they don't realize what they're doing.
I know plenty of Annies.
I'm pretty much the Troy. Or the Abed. Yeah, probably the Troy.
Yeah, you're more the Troy than
like, just like, like...
Troy and Abed in the morning.
The athlete closet nerd, and then after a while, you're just like, fuck it.
I consider myself the guy who was perfect at everything, and Jeff was pissed off at him. Like he was making the pottery guy.
It's like, I don't know, I just made
the pottery guy or Subway.
Subway.
It was hilarious.
I love you, Subway.
The bread is stale.
That's pretty much what it comes down to. Matt's Jeff, I'd be Troy.
Yeah, I'm so Jeff. Like I try not to be egotistical, but I can't help it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I am there to help out everyone, and I love everyone.
It's good that you have your dose of of humble. You have your dose, but the second that dose of humble leaves, which is, I have to say, I'm probably that dose of humble because you ain't shit. But the second I leave, like when I move out, you're fucked. I'm sorry.
Well, I do have a girlfriend, so I'm okay.
No, you're fucked. Because she's not your dose of humble. She's not gonna humble you.
I know, she's like my trophy.
Yeah, she's not gonna humble you. She's not gonna tell you to like shut the fuck up.
I like to show her off.
She's not gonna like spar with you. So like, yeah.
Actually, I think my dose of humble are my nieces.
That's fair.
Because when I'm with those two girls, I'm not me. I'm all for them.
Yeah.
I love those two.
Aww.
Matthew shares a moment.
We need that Zelda theme whenever he like discovers something. Like,
wait till we get a mixer. I can put out sound effects and make do
get on that shit, Jason. Production value.
Production value.
Woo! I was just watching that.
Just took a shot at Jamie.
Take a shot? You have any left?
Johnny.
Jamie. It's getting to.
I can feel it. I'm powerful.
It's like that episode. I was watching a clip today from YouTube where Troy's talking to Jeff. Jeff's like, this is in you. This is your blood. And they're talking about football, and he's like, that's racist.